Right now we're working on a project to develop a Bible curriculum that can be used in the Lutheran schools there and also by Sunday school teachers. There are 5 Lutheran schools, and they all teach the Bible as part of their regular program. But the problem is they don't really have any materials, and sometimes they'll ask the pastors to teach, and pastors aren't always available. So it would be very helpful if they had some materials, some books, some activities, some games, some songs that can all be a part of the teaching process, and that it could be done by someone other than the pastors. So we have a volunteer couple who recently retired, Lutheran school teachers, David and Beth Hepner, who have agreed to come to the Philippines so they could see the schools, learn about the culture, see the situation, see the need. And so they are working on starting to write some curriculum materials, including the games and activities and songs that can be used in the schools. In fact, they did a couple of short workshops with some of the teachers, and we invited some of the Sunday school teachers to attend from other churches that don't have schools. And so they taught them about using puppets and how they could make their own puppets and other instructional materials. So we're looking forward to them finishing that project and seeing whether or not the schools will be able to really develop a much stronger Bible teaching program that could be done by some of the other teachers. And if successful, we believe that that'll be a big help to not only the schools, but the church as well, that the young people will be getting a stronger biblical foundation from an earlier age. There are about 30 Lutheran schools in the highlands of Enga province in central Papua New Guinea. And the Good News Lutheran Church owns and operates those schools. They have run into some problems with the schools. The biggest problem being that many of those books have disappeared over the years, or they've been worn out or no longer usable. So we have many of those schools that are operating on a daily basis but without any textbooks, any resource books. Some have a library, but it's an empty room. And many of the teachers have no textbooks or resource books that they can use. So obviously it makes teaching very, very difficult. We were able to work together with Orphan Grain Train in Nebraska and with Gary Teese, Mission Central. And a family was identified that wanted to give a donation to something to do with education and ministry. And so the family agreed to pay the cost of shipping from Nebraska to Papua New Guinea. We had made contacts with some Lutheran schools and Lutheran families and individuals in the United States, and they were able to fill a 40-foot container with all kinds of textbooks and encyclopedias and resource books and reference books and reading books, all grade levels and all different kinds. And they were shipped off to Papua New Guinea, and the really positive part of the story, I think, is when they arrived there, it was the local Lutherans, the local Christians who took over and made a lot of donations of time and energy and money. Then, of course, we had a number of volunteers together who would empty this container of about 950 boxes and organize, because there are 30 schools that needed these books, and then we had to figure out how many students were in the school, so how many books should each one get, and all of those kinds of things. But it was an exciting project to do because we knew the need was so great, and so it was a very exciting time for the teachers to now have some resources that they could use for teaching their students.